DC made a movie that wasn't a huge disaster. I watched Wonder Woman recently and I really enjoyed it. I grew up with the DC animated universe. Justice League, Batman the Animated Series, those were my shows back in the day. So seeing those characters I like on the small screen being in muddled messes of movies is quite disappointing. With Wonder Woman, it looks like DC has tried to reverse that trend, and this was an admirable attempt. It has its problems, but it's leaps and bounds of improvement over Man of Steel and Batman v Superman. This is also the most successful female-led superhero movie by a mile. It is a bit surprising that the most iconic female superhero hasn't received a movie until now. She's been in numerous drop pilots for TV shows, and one live-action show in the 70s that's super kitschy now. One of the biggest things Man of Steel did wrong was making the main character not very likable. The Superman in the Zack Snyder directed movies is so divorced from what made Superman so iconic. Classic Superman is known for his altruism. Altruism helps endear a hero character to the audience. Superheroes, at their core, usually try to help people. They're heroes. Wonder Woman in this movie fits that wonderfully. She genuinely wants to help people and save the world from war. She doesn't do it with the same enthusiasm of going to jury duty like Man of Steel's Superman. I commend the director Patty Jenkins for her direction of this character and the story. Gal Gadot's performance received mixed reception in Batman v Superman. In her solo movie, however, she is great. Her performance is charming and she is charismatic as a fish out of water. The scenes of her experiencing early 20th century Europe are so much fun. Wonder Woman's wide-eyed optimism and wonder is so endearing. The charm extends to the rest of Wonder Woman's team. Chris Pine gives a good performance as a roguish and charming spy, and the guys he enlists for his mission to get Wonder Woman to the front lines are all fairly well-rounded and interesting fellows. It is really easy to like these characters and root for them. And when Wonder Woman gets into the action, it is fun to watch. The sequence when Wonder Woman enters the front lines and battles in No Man's Land is a delight. Most of the action in the movie looks pretty good. The movie does have some problems. I would say that the last third of the movie is the weakest part. A recurring problem with superhero origin movies is that while the origin part can be fun and interesting, there has to be a conflict at the end of the movie. Most of the time it's fairly underwhelming and features a throwaway villain. And that's pretty much true for Wonder Woman 2. This is when I get into spoilers, so if you want to avoid spoilers, skip to this time code. The main villain of the movie, Ares, isn't great, and the final action scene also falls into the zone of over-the-top, self-indulgent CGI slugfests. However, the villain does have a reasonable connection to Wonder Woman, so it is somewhat mitigated. Ares is a slight improvement over Enchantress from Suicide Squad or whoever that guy was from Thor 2. I think they should have cast someone else for the role of Ares. The casting choice was a bit strange. Ares shows up early in a scene in London and looks like a stuffy old British man with a bushy mustache. When he reveals himself as Ares, he still looks like a stuffy old British man with a bushy mustache. He even looks like that in the past. We see him getting defeated by Zeus in the flashback, and the actor's face is superimposed on a young, muscular body. To top it off, when he fights Wonder Woman in his villain armor, you can still see the mustache. It's a little distracting. I was expecting him to shift into a true form, but that didn't happen. Still, the movie as a whole is very enjoyable. Wonder Woman is a superhero in this movie. I give Wonder Woman a strong recommendation. The movie has a good pace, and the performances are appropriate for the story and the characters. Wonder Woman is likable and exciting, and a cut above a lot of other superhero movies. Let's hope that this is not a fluke. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all next time.